Hello and welcome to another video, and what is going to be part 1 of the 20-gallon Nuvo series. So I pulled the trigger on a 20-gallon tank. It'll serve as an upgrade for the 2.6 gallon, which is sitting right here. Nothing wrong with it other than I think I've outgrown it by a lot. There's just no space in there for the corals to grow, and just no way I'm gonna add anything else to this. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, but I think it is time to move on. I mean, we all want bigger tanks, don't we? So let me take you on a quick tour of the new system, show you my design philosophies and what my plans are. So the tank is a 20-gallon starter kit from Innovative Marine, the Nuvo series. It came with the tank, the plumbing, the returns, two overflows, and also the filter socks for each one. Very nice, pretty affordable. The stand is just a fish tank stand that I picked up from Amazon. I really like it. I mean, the design is great in my opinion. I love the way it looks. It's also very practical. It's got the cabinetry here, adjustable levels, little cutout there, so if you want to route like dosing tubes or cables, you can. Still have to cable manage it, so excuse the rat's nest. On this side I'm planning on having my controllers. Got the Kessel controller there, those two for the Neros. The bottom is just for storage. This side is where I'm going to do the dosing. I got it pre-wired for the Kamor X1s, which I'm currently using on the 2.6 gallon, but I will reuse for this one. The top here, it's for cable management. Again, sorry for the rat's nest. It's not final, but it came built in with 4 outlets there. But for a Reef system, that's obviously not enough, so I put a 6 outlet smart power strip in here. Dedicated fish tank stand, so it is built to handle 200 plus pounds sitting on it for long periods of time. And I also love that it has a little overhang here, so yeah, it just gives me an extra sense of security, like the tank's not gonna slide off in the event that there's a little shake or anything like that. California. Really liking this. Pretty affordable. I think it was 120, 130 bucks. So I'll put a link in the description. As a matter of fact, I'll put links in the description for all the equipment, so you guys can see. The overall design philosophy of this guy is very similar to the 2.6 gallon system that I have. Figured why change something that's been working so well for so long. So it is an all-in-one, there's no sump or anything, and very minimal. The only difference is that this time around I'm using proper flow pumps. I got the 2 AI Nero 3s, which is probably overkill for a system this small, but it'll give me a lot of options, and they are very controllable as well. I was thinking about using the return pumps to provide flow as well in this tank. The only thing stopping me is just these dinky little overflows, and I'm not sure if they'd be able to keep up with 500, 600, 700 gallons per hour. Now thankfully, Innovative Marine tanks, they are very thoughtfully designed, so they have this little notch here. So in the event that the overflows do get blocked, the water spills over directly into the return chamber rather than onto your floor. So I really like that. So it has 2 overflows, one on each side, 2 return pumps in the middle, and these 2 baffles here. You can put skimmers, rollers, or UV sterilizers in there. I'm not going to run either of those, at least not for now, not unless it's like completely necessary. So this first one, I got the heater. It's just a 50 watt Jagger heater. A little bit undersized for a 20 gallon system, but I live in California. The house is in the 70s year round. I figure it should be fine. If it is a problem, I can always add a second one. I've also got the heater security switch down there. I highly recommend everybody use those. If your heater's not on a controller, what that does is monitors the tank temperature. If it ever goes above 84 degrees, then it will shut the heater off and start alarming, because if your tank is that hot, you're likely looking at a heater failure. On this side, this is where I have the auto top-off system. The sensor is right there sitting in the return chamber. Yeah, I have a proper ATO this time, you know, not just another dosing pump doing some guesswork. This light post, this is not going to be here. It was just there to give me some extra light while I was working on it. But yeah, I'm going to have a 5-gallon jug just sitting there, and that's going to be the reservoir for the RO water. The lights, I'm using 2 Kessel A160s. Again, probably overkill for a little 20-gallon system, but we like that, right? They're very adjustable, very controllable. I got these from a friend of mine, actually. He recently upgraded his system to the 360s, so he sold these to me for a good price. I got the Kessel mounts. Very expensive, but just nothing else on the market compared to them. They're adjustable up, down, forward, backward. You know, I like them a lot. I also got the light hoods, which my friend threw in there. This helps a lot with the light bleeding off the sides. Now the tank is like right next to my couch, so you know, I don't want to be blasted in the face when I'm laying down. So yeah, pretty happy with that setup. I got the controller in the cabinet down there that you saw, so I'll be playing around with that one. I'm expecting good things. I mean, the A80 did such a stellar job on the 2.6 gallon. These 160s should do a killer job on this 20 gallon. That's the expectation. So the plan for the next few days is to fill up the system with sand and water and cycle it. I'll of course be transferring over some of the rubble rock from the 2.6 gallon to seed it with the nitrifying bacteria and the microfauna. Once the cycle on this tank is complete, then the existing rockscape in the 2.6 will be transferred to the right side of this one as is, with all the corals attached to it. And I'll bring over the shrimp and the snails and crabs too. And I will of course have fish in this system. You know, I could finally have fish. I'm really excited about that. Probably start out with a pair of small a pair of small clamfish, and maybe later on add a goby or a springer damsel. Springer is, I think they're pretty well known for pest control. I'm really hoping to avoid having to put nitrates and phosphates on a doser this time. So, you know, with fish in the system, finally the system should be able to feed itself, so I'm real excited about that one. And yeah, this is the rockscape that I just kind of threw together last night. It's got the nice ledge on top. You know, it's about halfway up the tank, so SPS corals should be pretty happy up there. You know, maybe some LPS on the bottom or around it. Yeah, and it's gonna have a channel in the middle, so on that channel, you know, I really wanted to try out some clams. You know, I love the way clams look. I've always been a fan. Never been able to keep them, but you know, maybe in a system like this with the great lighting and the great flow from the Neros, maybe I'll be able to have a little clam garden in the middle. If not, maybe some Recordias. So we'll see. I'm really excited to, you know, try out these things and see what comes of them. Yeah, that's that. You know, I'm gonna miss this little tank. It's been sitting here on my desk for better part of 4 years now. It's gonna be really weird seeing it gone. But I think I did a good job, all things considered, right? I mean, when was the last time you saw challenging corals like torch and acroporas and things like that thriving in a 2-gallon aquarium? I think I did a pretty good job here. Not that I'm bragging or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna miss it. Right? What do you think, little buddy? You're getting a house before I am. I hope you're proud. Well, that's gonna be all. Thank you guys.